You're listening to The Paul Higgins Show, where ambitious tech consultants come to unlock their potential. After 18 years as a global leader, I launched several businesses, culminating in a successful exit. I'm sharing what I learned, plus what's working now from mentoring tech consultants. You will hear leaders within our industry to help you build a business you love that allows you to do what you want. If you are looking for immediate cash flow wins to fuel your growth, go to our free ebook at paulhigginsmentoring.com/roadmap. Imagine you've got all this value you know you can share with your current clients, but more importantly, potential clients, but you get in your own way, and the process of doing it is also another reason why you don't be successful. Hello, this is Paul, and welcome to the Paul Higgins Show, episode 585. And in this podcast, you're going to be blown away by Joe Apfelbaum from Ajax Union. Joe, you're going to learn so much, but three key things. One is his fantastic bot, or let's call it AI tool, that allows you to easily post, comment, and get more connections and more clients on LinkedIn. And it's EVYAI.com. All the links will be in the show notes. He's got a brilliant AI community where he teaches you to create AI and how it's going to help you and your clients. And the last thing is AI agents, which is just going to blow your mind on some of the examples Joe gives. And ultimately, this is going to allow you to get more clients with less work. Joe is the CEO and founder of Ajax Union, a B2B marketing agency based in Brooklyn, New York. Joe is a business strategist, LinkedIn expert, and certified Google trainer. He enjoys speaking and writing about digital marketing, professional networking, personal development in his seminars, webinars, and articles, and he gives you all of that today. Joe is the author of High Energy Secrets, How to Lose 95 Pounds and Keep It Off, and his latest book, High Energy Marketing. Joe is a host of a popular podcast, The Breakthrough Maze, where he coaches entrepreneurs on how to go from frustration to mojovation, I should say. He has also been featured on hundreds of popular podcasts, and Joe is the real deal. If you'd like to see Joe on YouTube, and he does share his screen quite a bit in this podcast, so I highly recommend you go and see that. Just go to Paul Higgins Mentoring YouTube channel. The link is in the show notes. So now over to Joe from ajaxunion.com. Great to have you here, Joe.
Great to be here. I'm so excited.
Look, I've been following you for a long, long time. You've been on my top 5 list of people I wanted to get on the show. So I'm very excited to have you on today. And we're going to talk, all things LinkedIn, but also now all things AI. But why don't we kick off in your, let you say it. Who are your ideal clients and what problems you love to solve for them?
Well, my ideal clients are people who are active on LinkedIn. If you are an engaged LinkedIn user, not many people are very engaged on LinkedIn, but someone like you, very engaged on LinkedIn, you can benefit from engaging with me because I'll teach you how to be able to take your engagement to the next level and grow your business.
Fantastic. And any particular types of people that are more active than not, from your experience, who is engaged?
The people that are the most engaged are people that they want to be thought leaders. They want to put themselves out there. They want to build trust. They want to be able to take their life to the next level. So let's say, for example, you're a consultant. You're listening to this, you're a consultant, you want to grow your business, but you're not really sure how to do it.
Yes.
Using technology together with strategy, together with support, that's really what you need. And that's what we provide. We provide a software that allows you to train it so that it understands your business fully, and it kind of prompts you and supports you to get it trained. And once it's trained, it knows how to come up with ideas that resonate with your audience. It knows how to write the posts. It knows how to write comments under other people's posts. It knows how to give you messages to send to people in different scenarios, like birthdays, anniversaries, jobs, and all other scenarios. And it's a really smart piece of technology that will help you save the profiles of the people that are most strategic for you to start commenting on and put them into lists. Imagine not having a workflow on LinkedIn and just logging in and not being sure what to do. We give you a workflow to help you generate more sales.
Right. And I know that, we've used different platforms in the past. I can't remember the exact name of it, but where you can, get all the list. What I'm hearing from you is this is an all-in-one. This is, everything that you've compiled over your years of being very successful on LinkedIn. you've now created a software that makes it easier for others. Is that oversimplify it, or is that basically what you've done, Joe?
Yeah, what we've done is we've helped people be able to have an assistant. They say if you don't have an assistant, you are an assistant. People don't want to be an assistant.
Yeah.
We want to be able to make the lives of our clients easier by saving them time, getting over the writer's block issue that many consultants have, and being able to support people to be more engaged with their customers and with their prospects and with their networking partners and with their relationships. And that's what Evie AI does. We simplify the process of using LinkedIn by saving you time and making you more money.
Right. And what do you think is the real reason people don't step outside of their comfort zone and actually be more active on LinkedIn? What's the real reasons that you see? Because the technology solves it, but what's the mindset piece that often stops people?
I think the mindset piece is not being sure of themselves. Like, people are often afraid of the opinions of other people, not really knowing exactly what to say, like not being sure what your customers want to hear, that if you have value or don't have value in what you're saying, not wanting to sound stupid, redundant, not wanting to make a mistake and maybe offend somebody. There's a lot of reasons why people have these fears, but fears stands for false evidence appearing real, which means it's lies that we tell ourselves to be able to stay in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
You were not meant to stay in your comfort zone. When you're in the casket, you'll be in your comfort zone. If you're live, that means you're uncomfortable. That's what it means to be alive, to be uncomfortable, to grow, to take things to the next level. When a lobster grows, it grows and grows and grows. Its shell doesn't grow, but it gets so squishy that it has to go down to the bottom of the ocean, hide under a rock, remove its shell, and grow a new shell. It's time to grow up here. Grow a shell. Get over your lack of comfort as being an issue. Lack of comfort is not an issue. It's growth. It's a power. It's the way to do it. That's the way you're going to grow your business, by growing yourself. Jim Rohn said, you can only grow your business as much as you grow yourself. So take it seriously and get over your fears of being yourself in front of other people and start being less stingy with your energy. Share your energy with other people. That means post, engage, and message, and use AI to help you do it better and faster.
Yeah. And, I've been on LinkedIn for a long time, used to get I was disappointed if I used to get 200 views of a post and, 5 new clients. This is, back in sort of 2018, 19, the sort of the heyday, right? Now, I think I've had one post get over 18,000 impressions in the last week. Sorry, in the last month. But sometimes I feel like, how I'm putting all this great content out, but I'm not getting anything back from it, right? What's your view on how that is impacting people's motivation to be on LinkedIn?
I think that not getting views is often a problem with the way people are posting. So, like, if I look at your content and I see that your content doesn't have a hook, it doesn't have main points,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a call to action, it doesn't have hashtags. If I see that your content is missing some really, really key elements, Paul, then how you expect to get the results if your content is garbage? People don't want your garbage. People want to be able to read things that resonate with them. If I take a look at your content right now and I read, does your post have a hook? Does it have main points? Does it have a call to action? And are you encouraging people to leave a comment, a thoughtful comment? Are you really talking to people instead of just promoting what you're doing? If you're just constantly promoting your podcast, I don't know that people are so interested. But if you're telling a story of who you are, if you're telling a story of what you've been through, instead of just trying to promote something, but really connect with your audience, that's what's going to get people to engage. A lot of people don't get that. So they end up just doing things online. And then they themselves, if I look through their engagement, they're not commenting on anyone's posts. They're not putting themselves out there. They're not the one investing time. You know how many comments I left in the past week? Just in the past 3 days alone, since Monday, I left over 200 comments on LinkedIn. Most people don't even leave 2 comments in a month. And then they want people to comment on their posts. Givers gain. Be a giver. Start commenting on other people's posts. And then you're going to see that people are going to come to your profile and they're going to want to comment on your posts. Talk about something that's really interesting, not just your show, and you're going to get more comments. I like sharing pictures of myself online. Why do you share pictures of yourself? Isn't that weird to share a picture of yourself? Well, it's weird to some people if they don't like what they look like, But the reality is people want to know your story. They want to know what you're up to. They want to know what you've been through. They want to know your challenges. You know, the post that you put up 5 months ago, I didn't think I was qualified, but I applied anyway. And you put a picture of yourself with a mug, that got 200 likes and 19 comments. That was an epic. That's an epic example of something that works. But after that, you know, we go all the way. First of all, you haven't posted in 5 months, but after that, all of a sudden, a week, you know, you start attacking it, you know, every day for a week, and then you expect all of a sudden things to blow up. It's not really going to work that way. What you need to do is consistency on a regular basis, have a good network, build a relationship with people, and then see what happens. That's what ends up happening with a lot of people. They don't really have consistency with what they're doing, and as a result, they're not getting what they need from the program. You know, what I
And
do is when I first look at people's profiles, the first thing I do is I just analyze all their posts.
yeah,
I just take a look at what they're doing. And in your case, you're pretty consistent. You're posting video, you're posting polls, you're doing all the right things. I do think you can do better with engagement, and I think that works for a lot of people. They are not engaging on other people's posts enough, and there's a lot of power in engaging on other people's posts.
yeah. And engaging is not a like, and engaging is a comment. Is that what I'm
You
hearing, Joe?
can liking is fine. Liking is a nice thing to do, but mainly it's, you know, talking in the comments. You know,
Yeah,
if you go to a networking event and you just, you know, give somebody a thumbs up, it's one thing, but if you have a conversation with them, if you share with them a thought, if you make a statement, that really has a much bigger impact.
yeah. Got it. And the proliferation of, you can normally tell an AI generated post these days because it's got, an emoji in it. It's got like the rocket at the start or whatever, right? We can all spot them from a mile away. How have you seen the proliferation of AI content impact the good content out there? Because people say it's noisy, it's hard to cut through, blah, blah, blah. You're one of the best in the world at it. What's your views on that?
It is noisy. And that's why you have to share yourself with the world and not just like your podcast or whatever. You know, people want to know who you are. People show up to a networking event to know who you are. Who are you? What are your struggles? What are your challenges? What do you appreciate? What are you grateful for? Like, how are you showing up online? If you want people to engage with you, you have to be engageable. Think about that for a second. Do you think anybody really wants to engage with a random podcast from someone they don't really know? Like, if you put up a podcast episode, you know how many podcasts are out there? It's like another Me Too, right? It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
more of that. But if people see a struggle, it's like a movie, right? You go watch a movie. If you watch a movie that's a documentary and you're not really interested in that topic, like what are we doing? You know, the idea is building a relationship with people, and that's really really powerful.
yeah.
That's what I would say
And
is
sharing other people's content, what's the view on, how much is self-generated, given, like you said, your story base, etc., versus sharing content that other people have shared?
I would say that sharing content that other people have shared is fine, but reposting on LinkedIn doesn't really work. It doesn't really
Yeah,
help
yeah,
you. No one really sees reposts. Reposts are kind of like, it's nice to do a repost every once in a while. Something excites you, go ahead, repost it. But I would say really, really, really powerful for you to share your thoughts.
yeah. I think the benefit there is actually taking the essence of someone's post and then doing your own original post, you know, highlighting theirs, I think is much better than, like you said, just a latent share. I suppose the key theme here is if it's too easy, everyone's doing it. The things that you're doing are specific, sharing your stories. You're going the extra mile to get the value, which works in most things. The algorithm, everyone always talks about it. No one really knows what it is. Have you got any views on the algorithm that you can
I would
share
say,
and thoughts?
yeah, I would say with in terms of the algorithm, the first thing I would say is don't include a link in your post. You include a link in your post, you're dead right away. So
Yeah.
that would be number one. And I see you're doing a great job at making the links in the comments. That would be number one. So that everyone knows if you include a link in your post, nothing's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I like when people include links in their posts because I'm the only one that comments on their posts because it's never going to show anywhere. So
Yes.
I actually have in Evie AI, when you go into the Learning Hub, you go to
Yep.
evyai.com, you go into the Learning Hub, and then I have a special link, and I'll show you. I'll share my screen and kind of show you if you want to see it. I click on your profile. First of all, check this out. I'm going to click on your profile now.
Yes.
This is your profile on LinkedIn. When I
Yeah.
click on your profile, I already have you saved as a podcast host inside Evie AI. So I have
Yes.
all my podcast hosts that I'm connected to. If I want to summarize your profile, I push a button My AI starts reading everything that's on your profile and preparing a prolific overview of who you are, including your contact information, including your cell phone number and email, your career highlights, business intelligence, relationship conversation starters, like discuss the benefits of native Salesforce inventory solutions or share experiences related to your kidney transplants and fundraising for health causes. I have an introduction template that I can use when I introduce you to other people. I have meeting prep, discuss your mentoring and client success stories. I have your background information, when you went to university, your accreditation from Franklin Covey, and then your volunteer work. And I can put all this into my CRM with a click of a button. I can copy it, whatever I want. But bottom
Yep.
line is, look at how comprehensive this is, and it tells me everything about you.
Yep.
But what I love the most is when I go into the app.eviai,
Yep.
app.eviai.com, and I log in. On the left side, I have something called the Learning Hub. Now, we
Yep.
have a lot of different features like an idea generator, and I can show you that. But check out these quick links. I go into Learning Hub, and this is where you see LinkedIn posts without comments. So
Yep.
when I click on that, I will see all the posts from my connections that have 0 comments on them. That is crazy. These are people that posted minutes ago, and they're
Yes.
never gonna get any comments on their post, and I, with one click of a button, I click on Evie AI, and now if I wanna tag her, I can just press the @ sign and tag her, and then boom, I just commented on her post. She just posted 1 second ago, and I already commented on her post. This person posted 5 minutes ago, I can comment on her post right now, and she will see my comment as because she just posted on LinkedIn, so she's right there. Standing on Black Friday is crucial. Boom, I just left her a nice little comment over here. This person posted 11 minutes ago. I'm going to be the first and only person to comment on her post. Now,
Yep.
the algorithm's never going to show these posts to anybody unless you know how to find them. And I know how to find them. And that's a little hack inside the Learning Hub. We have lots of links over here to different things like the LinkedIn dashboard, LinkedIn birthdays, anniversaries, job changes, downloading LinkedIn videos to repurpose, making sure that you use LinkedIn Learning or LinkedIn notifications or webinars and trainings, and even like your recent connections, your social selling score, top 100 LinkedIn hashtags, who looked at your profile. We have so many really great resources here that you can check out. And in seconds, let's say, for example, someone doesn't know what to write about. They
Yep.
go to the idea generator, they select a goal, a tone, and then they put in, say, for example, in your case, Salesforce, inventory, solutions, whatever. I press generate. And what it does is it'll come up with 4 solid ideas in about 3 seconds. And then when I pick one of these ideas, like learn how Salesforce solutions could set up new standards for customer service, I press generate post. And in about 5 seconds, what it'll do is it'll write a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags, all done for me.
Yeah.
This is a technology that every single consultant can use to get more exposure and build their business. And if I want to see all the people that I've saved in the past, I have them all right here in front of me.
Yeah.
So I don't have to wonder if Chase posted. I can go here and see recent activity. It'll just load up all of his recent posts on LinkedIn. And I don't have to wonder if he posted or not. And I have it all in the sidebar here if I want as well. So if I want to use my sidebar here, I can click on my save profiles here on the side of LinkedIn, and I can load up all these save profiles here as well. It is extremely, extremely beneficial when you talk about productivity and building relationships and growing your business. If you wanted to drop even 5 or 10 comments a day, now you can do it in just 2 or 3 minutes. If you wanted to write a post, it used to be take you an hour, Paul. Now it takes you 5 seconds.
The elephant in the room is it on a mobile app.
Yes, you can write posts on a mobile app. So you can go on your mobile app right now, go to eviai.com from any mobile browser, including Safari, and you can write a post. You can do idea generator. You can look at your saved profiles from there. You can look at your templates. There are certain things you have to do from a desktop, like commenting and messaging. But the other stuff, a lot of features works on a mobile app anywhere you go.
All right. So public here, Joe, I set the challenge for you is to, I go to the gym 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I sit there and my feed isn't always the people I want to comment on, right? But in between exercises, that's what I do. That's the way that I engage, right? What I would love to have is the people that I actually want to engage on in my feed. So I'm getting the right people to do it. So if I could use your app where I bring up that list of all the people that I want, what you just showed me on the desktop, I want on the mobile. That's all I want.
Works. It works on the mobile. You go to eviai.com from your mobile phone. You click on Save Profiles, and then you can pull them all up. You can choose the list you want to pull up, and it'll load up all their posts just like that. You click one
Right.
button, and all their posts load. It just takes a second. And I do that all the time. I don't sit there and wait for people to show up. I check proactively on specific people. I click on it and it works perfectly.
Look, I love that because it literally, I've tried so many different break cold, which you may be familiar with. Like we've tried that in the past. It doesn't have a
Doesn't work.
mobile feature. It
Doesn't
doesn't have
work.
what you've got here.
Yeah, no, this is epic. This is so epic, in fact, that we have 15,000 people in 37 countries around the world, including Australia, New Zealand, the US, Dubai. People from all over the world are using this and loving it.
So you got the tool, which is brilliant, but I think you've also got a community that helps people as well. So tell us a little bit about that.
So we have a community with hundreds of engaged LinkedIn users that show up every single day to support each other. People ask questions, they give suggestions, and it's a very, very beautiful, beautiful environment that where people come together and help each other to be able to take their business to a whole new level. It's all about community. We have something called posting parties. Have you heard of posting parties?
No.
If you Google the words posting parties best practices, you just Google that. On the first page of Google, you have an article that shows up that was written by Evie AI on LinkedIn
Yeah.
that I posted 3 days ago. So,
Yeah.
like, I post an article on LinkedIn, 3 days later, boom, it shows up on the first page of Google for every keyword I put in there.
Yeah.
Google's very powerful from an SEO standpoint. But these posting parties are parties that happen every week, and we get together and we network, we build relationships, we get to know each other, and we all post, and then everyone comments on each other's posts.
Yeah.
That's powerful. We do it in small groups of 20 to 30 people. But could you imagine you get together at a posting party and build a relationship and grow your business? My goal is to have 1,000 people using Evie AI together every day.
Yeah. Because I know that there was tools that you could use, etc., to make sure in the first hour for the algorithms to like and comment, etc. So with these posting parties, is that a version of doing that?
Yeah, posting parties is a version of doing that. What I would say is it's more like a networking event than a structured engagement pod. There's a very big difference.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. And then talk to me about AI agents because this is AI, fantastic. But I think you're also doing some stuff with agents. Tell us about that.
This is an assistant. There's an agent and there's an assistant. The difference
Yeah.
between an agent and an assistant is an agent does things for you
Hmm.
and you don't have to do anything. It just goes and does things for you. I have agents that I built.
Yeah.
Right now, my Twitter is being updated by an agent. Every single day, my Twitter gets updated. I don't have to do anything. I never have to look at it and I have to go there. It just gets updated by itself.
Yeah.
That's an agent doing that.
Yeah.
I build agents for consultants to be able to do things like check your email. I have an agent that checks my email. From certain people, it'll draft replies. From other people, it'll delete it. Agents that can do things. I pay agents to go out and do things, whatever it is. I have assistant. Every AI is an assistant. It's not an agent because LinkedIn doesn't really like agents. I have some agents that work on LinkedIn. For example, I have an agent that sends happy birthday every day to
Yeah.
all the people that have birthdays, an agent that sends job anniversary things. It costs about $1 an hour to run an agent, depending on what you want it to do. It can cost 25 bucks a day. You know, if it's $1 an hour, 24 hours a day, the agent's running, it costs you 25 bucks a day.
Yeah.
It can get a little expensive. I have agents that cost 30 cents an hour. Depending on what you want it to do, it could be anywhere between a few $100s a month to a few $1,000s a month if you wanted to do some pretty comprehensive things. If you wanted to be mining Bitcoin, it's going to be much more expensive.
Yes. Yes.
Depending on what you want the agent to do, you want it to do research for you. You want it to I have an agent that sends me a daily email with the weather and also with the stock quotes and also with what's going on in my industry. And then it gives me some productivity tip. And then it checks on specific people's posts. And if they post it, it includes their posts. Like I have agents that do all types of things. You can get really creative of what you want your agents to do, but these are little autonomous bots that will go out and do whatever you want them to do.
Right.
But assistants are also really helpful. I have several assistants that help me out with specific tasks. Like, for
Yes.
example, writing a post you could have an agent write you a post every day, but I would rather have an assistant where I can choose my tone, my goal, and then I hit a button and it creates a post based on the way that I want to create it. I have an assistant right now. Evie AI has a microphone in it.
Yeah.
So if you go to anybody's direct message, so if I go into anybody's DM, like for example, if I go into I'm just going to give you use you as an example.
Yes.
If I go into your latest posts, I click on see recent activity, it's going to load all your recent posts over here. And once it loads all your recent posts, I can go to any of your posts, like for example, this post over here. Have
Yeah.
you hosted a webinar to add value to your LinkedIn connections? I'm going to do comment. I'm going to open up EVA. I'm going to click on the microphone.
Yeah.
I love hosting webinars for my clients. As a matter of fact, I go on LinkedIn Live over 150 times every year. And the reason I do that is because when I'm on LinkedIn Live, it's essentially a webinar that's built into LinkedIn. My longest LinkedIn Live has been over 3 hours. Could you imagine being on LinkedIn for over 3 hours and engaging your audience? I think that's extremely valuable. And if you start doing LinkedIn Lives, it'll really change the game if you're consistent with it. The other thing I do is I also put it on YouTube, which makes it rank on Google. Thanks for letting me comment on your post, Paul, and thank you for having me on your podcast. And so, look, I insert that, and I just wrote you a very nice custom comment that it would have taken me forever to write this myself.
Yeah.
And now all I have to do is tag you,
Yeah.
click on it, and hit boom, and my assistant typed up that comment. Now, somebody might say, oh, that's not authentic. What do you mean it's not authentic? I literally said it with my mouth. How could that not be authentic? How could it not be? I literally said it with my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, because I didn't type it, it's not authentic? Screw you. You want to ride a bicycle to California? Go for it. But I'm taking a plane. And I'm flying first class too.
This is brilliant. The agents, when people want to get into agents, right? Like you're the Elon Musk of this world, right? How do we as the beginners start the journey that you've been on? Like, how do we start that journey?
If you want to start the journey of agents and you want to learn how to build one yourself, you can join a community that I have where I teach people how to build their own agent. I meet with people 6 times a month and I teach them. It's school.com, SKOOL.com slash AI automation. That's it. School.com slash AI automation. If you go to school.com slash AI automation, you will see that I have a little community there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, school.com slash AI automation, because that's what an agent really is. An agent is automation with AI. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So you
Great.
can
So
have an agent that they call it an agent because it's kind of like doing it for you. It has agency,
yes.
but really it's just automation with a little AI. So it's like a bunch of APIs tied together. You have something that like logs in, does this, another thing that does that, and it does that, and it does that, and it does it on a schedule. And that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
It could do
Yeah.
it on a schedule, or it could do it when there's an event. When someone fills out a form, the agent gets to work.
Yeah.
So like it's not really like a human or something that it's a machine that you set up a bunch of processes and workflows. And so I have dozens of processes and workflows. As a matter of fact, I have a tool called unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com.
yeah.
Paul, it's unlimited with a D at the end, digital with a D at the beginning. So there's two D's. I
Yeah.
like double D's.
Yeah.
And unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com. And when you go to unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com, you get access to a platform that has many agents inside it. Like, for example, we have the ability to automate LinkedIn posts in there where you can set up reoccurring LinkedIn posts. So if you want to set up 365 LinkedIn posts that just launch every year, you can set it up there and never have to post again. Same thing with emails, with workflows. Like if you send the word demo to 973-841-8868, I have an agent that will respond to you immediately. Immediately, you will get a response with a demonstration video for Evie AI. Just send the word demo, DEMO, to 973-841-8868 if you're in the US or in Canada or in Mexico.
Puerto
973-841-8868. Yeah, or Puerto Rico. And you and you will get a response immediately 24/7. I don't have to do anything. I set up an agent that does that.
Yeah.
And then a minute later, it'll tell you what it's about. And then a day later, it'll ask you if you saw it or not. And if you do respond, if you don't respond, I have different workflows. And so what you can do is you can set up workflows. And with unlimited digital marketing, you can do automatic phone calls. I have an agent where you pick up the phone, you call it, and you have a conversation with it, and you brainstorm ideas with it, and it talks to you like a regular person. I set it up. You go to strategy.eviai.com and you can talk to it. Her name is Ava. And she's
Yeah.
gorgeous, by the way. So go
Yeah.
check it out.
It's brilliant, Joe, because if I take back, I was ran an outsourcing business back in 2013. And I remember having this conversation with someone now who runs like 1,000 plus outsourcing business in the Philippines. But I was saying, like, this is the world that's coming. And everyone's like, no, 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 this won't come. And it reminds me in 1993 when someone said, you'll have a device that will open your car, blah, blah, blah. I remember it was, unfortunately, the company no longer really did exist, which was, who was the Nokia? They were the ones presenting it. They didn't own it, right? But it's the same sort of thing. So this is, and a lot of you listening to Joe here, and reminder, it's episode 585, and we'll have all the links that he's mentioned in the show notes. But if you're just starting with AI, so you're just starting a little bit with ChatGPT, you're starting a little bit with Claude, and if you're seeing today, like I use Claude to do a lot of my content, but it's clunky, right? What you've seen today with Joe is that it's all in one platform for LinkedIn. And, if you think of it, it's that all in one solution is brilliant. So if you're just new to that world, come jump into Joe's communities, because what he is he's at the very cutting edge, but he can help you get there quicker, right? Because this is the way the world's going. Like, we had a discussion with a HubSpot partner yesterday, and he's saying a marketing agency will nearly cease to, well, they won't exist, because HubSpot will basically in-app do most of the things that a marketing agency can do through some of the stuff that Joe's doing here on LinkedIn. Don't fight it, get ahead of it, right? And I think that's where Joe and Joe's apps and Joe's communities can help you get ahead of what's the inevitable, right? It's coming down the road. It's just, you decide when you want to get in the car.
100%. You can literally go crazy trying to figure out prompts, or you can use our solution and you don't need any prompts. You don't need anything. You just show up. The AI knows who you are and it'll do everything for you just like that in seconds. I mean, it's
Yep.
one of the most powerful tools is to like just show up and get served. You can go try to figure out how to build a house yourself, but what if you showed up and your house was built for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Shortcut, right? We all are teaching our clients how they use technology to basically make their life easier. Here's a brilliant example of how you can get more of those clients, right? By using, so it's evYai.com. Once again, we'll have that
Yeah,
in
it's
the
just
show
EV.
notes.
Exactly. It's EVYAI.com.
Yep.
Exactly. Very good.
Yep. So we'll have that. What we're going to do, Joe, is just pause to thank our sponsors, and then we're going to come back for the rapid fire. Running a tech consulting business can feel like a solo journey, but what if you didn't have to navigate it alone? Introducing the Tech Collective, your go-to resource for tackling those burning questions and unlocking your potential. Join a dynamic collective of experienced tech consultants ready to share insights, strategies, and support to help you today. Grappling with sales, clients, team challenges, our Tech Collective has your back. Join us today at paulhigginsmentoring.com/TC. There's a link in the show notes. There's a small application, and as a thank you for being a listener, enter the coupon code TC, capital TC25 at checkout. That's TC25 to get 25% off. Visit paulhigginsmentoring.com/TC today. Joe, ready for the rapid fire?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to ask you 4 questions, rapid responses. So the first thing, and you've shared a lot of this today, but what are some of the daily habits that we haven't seen you talk about that you do each and every day to grow your business?
There are 3 daily habits that I do every day to grow my business. Number 1 is for exposure. I'm posting on LinkedIn. I post every single day on LinkedIn, 365 days out of the year. On Saturdays, I usually take off, but Saturday night, I'll post.
Yeah.
Number 2, if I want a credibility, I need to leave comments. I leave at least 5 comments every day. On some days, I leave 50 comments in one day. I use EviAI to comment because it makes my life easier. As you saw the way I commented on Paul's profile, in just a second, I can say something that will impact him deeply, and it'll really come from my soul. Number 3, I send out at least 10 messages every day. Direct messages are the key to conversations, and conversations lead to conversions. There are 3 things that you can do every single day. It's posting, engaging, and messaging if you want exposure, credibility, and meetings. As a bonus, if you don't already have 30,000 followers or 30,000 connections on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that you're connecting with at least 20 people a day. With EviAI, you can create custom connection notes. So when you're connecting with somebody, you include a note that's meaningful, which will make it much more likely that the person will want to accept your connection request. So I recommend that you connect, that you post, that you engage, that you message. And if you do those things every day, you will get more business.
And for you who's been listening here for a long time, you know that these are the things that I preach. This is just a brilliant way of making it so much easier for you to do it. So therefore, you got no excuse at all. The next one is, where do you go to find out more, and in particular about, AI? Where are you going? A guy as smart as you, where are you learning from?
Well, I am constantly going to seminars, reading books. I'm going to events. I'm part of groups like Vistage, Entrepreneurs Organization, the Executives Association, the Joint Venture Mastermind Group. I'm part of many different groups and I go to conferences and trade shows. But where I learn the most is being part of communities.
Yeah.
If you are not part of a community, I'm part of several school communities where I'm constantly upping my game and watching speakers talk. Just because I'm smart, it doesn't mean I can't learn from other people. So I am always learning from other people. And I'm also on YouTube. There's so many great videos on YouTube. And I do spend time, I schedule time with an accountability buddy to watch and implement things together related to AI and AI automation.
Yep, brilliant. Couldn't agree more. If I could grant you one wish for your business right now, what would that be?
I would like 1 million people to sign up to Evie AI and start using it every day.
All right. Well, we'll add a few more after this podcast for sure. The last one is, what do you know now in this AI journey that you wish you had known earlier?
What I know now is that it's much easier to develop technology than I thought it would have been. I started reaching out to developers when I started the technology part of the business, and they were giving me quotes like $500,000 for an MVP. I can make you an MVP in 15 minutes now using artificial intelligence. You don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's really not complicated. You just need to learn how to become a prompt engineer, and you can do anything you want.
Yeah, brilliant. Look, once again, we've been talking to Joe Apfelbaum. All the links will be in the show notes. But Joe, thanks for coming on and, really knocking it out of the park, because what we are all doing cumbersomely, doing with bits and pieces of AI, etc., you've just shown a brilliant and practical way to remove all the noise. And for us, what we love to do is help and serve more people. This is what that's going to do for you. So, Joe, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again. And thank you for being my LinkedIn connection.
My pleasure. Thanks, Joe. You get a lot of people, or I get a lot of people that I bring to you and you think, oh, this is okay. They'll sort of share some common secrets about LinkedIn, but to be honest, most of them you've heard before. And not discrediting anyone, but there's a lot of information out there and now AI can find it. But wow, what about Joe? Joe actually is giving you a brilliant solution to go and help you to work less and get more clients. Certainly reach out to Joe on LinkedIn. Thank him for what he shared. Certainly sign up to Evie. So it's evyi.com. Go there. Also maybe join his community and also share it with others, right? Because he wants to get to that 1 million people using his platform. But I tell you, I'm going to start using it. And I think you'd get a benefit, but mainly a lot of your friends would as well. Don't forget to watch it because he's got some brilliant screenshots there of how he does it on Paul Higgins Mentoring, the YouTube channel. And I'll see you next time on the Paul Higgins Show. Time for action. Let me know what you implemented from the show. I promise to respond. Plus, get the Tech Consultants Roadmap at paulhigginsmentoring.com/roadmap.